On Saturday the 16th of September at 11 AM British summertime, I'll be hosting a 12-hour live stream, and lucky you because you seem to have found the link already. Throughout the day there will be a number of auctions ending for these very special ZX Spectrums, all of which you can find out about in previous and upcoming videos on my channel. Joining me on the day will be 11 exceptional guests, and you'll be able to watch as we chat about all things retro, vintage, gaming, YouTube and friendship. Yep, you heard that right. The purpose of all of this, and the 6 weeks of work I've put into it, is to raise money for the Befriending scheme. The Befriending scheme is a wonderful organisation which provides friendship and learning opportunities for vulnerable people. They run local hubs where the people they help can be supported in making and maintaining meaningful friendships. The scheme also runs a community care farm called the Red Rose Community Farm, and I know how amazing that place is as my own son Thomas goes there a couple of days a week and he tells me just how incredible it is. And as the Befriending scheme is all about friends, it's like right there in the name, the theme of the live stream will be friendship. A lot of the chat with my guests will be about how computers and video games affected their friendships. I suppose you want to know who these special guests are now. Joining me at 11 AM is the self-proclaimed headliner, Rose Tinted Spectrum. Rosie is a great pal and one of the first people I asked to help out. He's no stranger to charity fundraising and has a few marathon live streams under his belt. In fact, he's kind of the inspiration for a lot of this, which is a polite way of saying I totally copied him. Don't tell him though. At 12 noon we head to the other side of the world for our first international guest, Mark from the Retro Channel. I plan to ask him about all kinds of things like how he came up with his channel name, what it's like to live in a country where all of the wildlife is either hilarious or going to kill you, and just how tall is Jace off Mr. Lurch. Probably talk a bit about Retro too if we get time. 1 PM is Mr. Lurch from Mr. Lurch's Things. Who would have guessed that? And as this is friendship themed, I will be asking Mr. Lurch to dig the dirt on his friend Mark. He's bound to have lots of great stories to embarrass his buddy. 2 PM and we turn to a friend of my own, Lee Smith, who regular viewers will know I rave about all the time. Retro brought us together as friends, and it's friends like him that have helped make this whole thing possible. I imagine we'll talk about his ZX Spectrum case, which actually started this whole thing off when he generously gifted this one to me. 3 PM we go off to Germany and the unflappable Jan Beta. I'll attempt to flap him by constantly calling him Jan Beta. Jan is one of my go-to favourite channels, a lot like everyone else here actually, but I've been watching Jan for a long time and it will be a treat to get to talk to him. 4 PM another of my YouTube chums, this time it's Goldfish on Games. His channel is one of the few on the guest list that's more about the software than the hardware, although he has been known to dabble with a soldering iron to great effect. His area of expertise is the Amiga, and his content is focused on magazines and their cover discs, with reviews thrown in. I'll spend the hour convincing him to send me his Amiga 4000. 5 PM will be a short break for medical attention and lunch. I won't be gone for the whole hour, but the stream will end at this point briefly, and a second one will begin. The link to which will be in the description of this one. This sounds like a bad idea and a weird way to do a 12-hour live stream, but the sad fact is that YouTube cut off live streams after 12 hours, and I don't want that to happen in the last few climactic minutes of this whole thing. And the final total is blip. So 2 streams it is. After I've grabbed a bite to eat and done the other necessary things, I'll have you to myself for a short while, but don't worry, I have a few videos from people that couldn't make it onto the stream. Until 6 PM when the evening session starts, and Glenn from CRG will be joining me. I recently did a practice stream for an hour with Glenn, so there's a chance we won't have anything to say, which is pretty unlikely when you get 2 retro enthusiasts face to face, let's be honest. 7 PM is Neil. I probably don't need to say anything more, but I need to fill this bit up with words for balance and flow. I could read my shopping list. No, that wouldn't be fair. Just because he's one of the most popular retro computer and video games YouTube channels in the world, I really should give him equal airtime. And just because he runs a bona fide retro computer and video games museum located in a 300-year-old mill in a beautiful Cotswold setting, doesn't mean I should assume everyone knows who he is. Well, 8 PM is Neil's friend Dave. Dave and Neil, along with the excellent Chris from 005 A Gamer, are the 3 hosts of the brilliant This Week in Retro podcast. Now, I wanted a host from the show and I already had a Neil, and I already had 2 Aussies. So by process of elimination, I asked Dave if he would join me for an hour. Sorry, Chris. Dave is also a pal and we speak often, but it'll be great fun to talk to him face to face or screen to screen. At 9 PM we head off around the planet again, this time to the States, where Matt from Retro Bits TV will be popping in for a chat. I'm a big fan of his channel and something of a running theme here. It's almost like I chose all my favourite YouTubers and asked them if they would appear. And they all said yes. Matt goes deep into the technical and historical facts in his channel with excellent presentation and a keen sense of humour. He makes all his stuff fun and interesting to watch. It'll be great. 10 PM, the final hour, and I will get to talk to someone I honestly didn't think I would ever get to talk to. His channel is one I not only have on Notify, yes, I smashed that bell, but I'll watch his content the instant I get that ping. For the last part of this marathon, when I'll be tired beyond reason, probably unable to think, let alone talk, I'll get to chat with none other than Adrian Black of Adrian's Digital Basement. Unfreaking. It should be great fun. It could also be carnage, but either way, come along and watch. Let's see if together we can raise a big pile of cash for a great charity. Put it in your diary. There should also be some kind of bell you can click on this video that will notify you when the time comes. I look forward to seeing if I will make it through and how much money all those ZX Spectrums will finally sell for. Links for everything will be in the description. I'm looking forward to this.